faire couler vite, frapper fort et reculer. Il n'a qu'une mission, tuer ou combattre tous les lions qu'il rencontre, mâles ou femelles. Il déclare ses intentions, il affirme sa domination. Il est là pour vaincre. C'est le jeu des rois lions. Le jeu qui a fait d'eux l'emblème de l'Afrique. Des symboles de noblesse et de puissance depuis des millions d'années. C'est cela que les humains admirent et prennent pour modèle depuis la nuit des temps. Il a imposé sa supériorité. Il trône.
But before she can even pounce, it all falls apart. She didn't blow it. He did. 500 pounds of cranky cat. The young tigress was hunting on his turf. And now she has to pay the price. She has no choice but to concede. The tigress is left to tend to her wounds. She's lucky to be alive. If she were a male, he might have killed her.
《流浪师》被打得落花流水。失败者的下场并不好，被打败的流浪师捡回一条命，仓皇而逃。
النمر البنغالي الشهير غني عن التعريف. وزنه 220 كيلوغراما. حيثما يمشي هذا الملك تهابه كل الحيوانات. وحتى عندما يرغب فقط بشرب بعض الماء. ندبات وجهه تروي قصص العنف. يجب أن يقاتل ليصبح القائد. يتقدم متحد شاب ليحاول منافسة الذكر المسيطر. تحل أغلب النزاعات باتخاذ وضعيات وقوف معينة، لكن حضور أنثى يصاعد الموقف. إن أشرس المواجهات تحدث عند وجود أنثى مستعدة للتزاوج. النمور مجهزة بعدد من الأسلحة المميتة، تختبر قوة بعضها البعض. الذكر المسيطر يقبل الذكر المهاجم قبلة عنيفة. إن منفذه الوحيد هو الاستسلام للألم. لكن هذه المعركة لم تنتهي بعد. ليقتل يجب أن ينقض على حنجرته. هذه المواجهات مميتة في الغالب، لكن هناك استثناءات على الدوام.
Une carcasse peut également être prétexte à une bagarre. Pour ce prédateur indépendant, le moindre dommage physique peut avoir des conséquences très graves. Une blessure profonde peut être fatale. Pourtant, une mère prendra tous les risques pour protéger ses petits. Et un mâle pourra se battre jusqu'à la mort pour gagner un territoire et les femelles qui l'habitent. Celui-ci a perdu le combat. Le mâle qui l'a tué a également tué ce bébé pour pouvoir s'accoupler avec sa mère. Une telle force meurtrière fait du tigre un animal craint de tous. Pour ce prédateur indépendant, le moindre dommage physique peut avoir des conséquences très graves. Une blessure profonde peut être fatale. Pourtant, une mère prendra tous les risques pour protéger ses petits. Et un mâle pourra se battre jusqu'à la mort pour gagner un territoire et les femelles qui l'habitent. Celui-ci a perdu le combat. Le mâle qui l'a tué a également tué ce bébé pour pouvoir s'accoupler avec sa mère. Une telle force meurtrière fait du tigre un animal craint de tous.
The Guardians are regularly challenged by younger males, like these, looking for lionesses of their own. As time passes, the threats become more serious. At the prospect of a battle, the females and cubs make themselves scarce. The residents are defiant, so a demonstration of male power is inevitable. After their brutal mauling, the overthrown brothers withdraw. After several years in charge, they've had their day.
It's funny that when you're working with the lions, a lion will come fight you for any reason, and you can get him to stop fighting you very easily. Or not very easily, but you know, you can get him off you with little accord. But when a tiger decides he's going to kill you, there's nothing you can do. You'll never change that tiger's mind. He is going to kill you. So, although
a Siberian tiger somehow managed to get loose out at the San Francisco Zoo.
We have heard about this. She attacked 3 teenagers. She mauled one of them to death before police, not zookeepers, police were able to put her down.
Yeah, the zoo is opening its doors again today, but lots of folks want to know just how that tiger got out.
Joining us today from Animal Planet, large predator expert and animal behavioralist Dave Salmoni, who spent years with tigers. He knows all about them.
Dave, we got to start with you. You know about, didn't you get your training at zoos first of all?
Yeah, that's where I started. I'm an animal trainer with tigers, with lions, so this kind of stuff is pretty near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. I mean, you've watched what's going on with this story. What's your take on it? What do you think happened?
You know, initially it's like your heart just goes out to like the zookeepers who lost basically a family member. People get mauled. There's nothing worse than getting attacked by a tiger. And then obviously the biggest victim in the story is a tiger who got killed.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of things that are going to have to do
The person that got killed was a pretty big victim too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just sad all the way around. Now trying to find out what happened. I'm telling you, there's a couple of factors here. What motivates a tiger to jump out of its enclosure that it's lived in its whole life?
What would you have to do to provoke a tiger to come out of that?
It has to be pretty serious. To provoke a tiger, because they're solitary animals, they don't like to fight, but once convinced to fight, there's nothing that stops them. So the tiger would have to have been pushed very, very hard. What happens in an enclosure, if they're doing something like throwing rocks or making that tiger feel penned in, the old saying, never corner a cat.
Yeah.
That tiger felt he was cornered. He's going to try everything he can to get out.
والآن مع أجزاء من الفيديو مصورة حديثا في الهند نحصل على أدلة جديدة. يحاول جوالو الغابة المتنقلون على متن الفيل أن يخدروا نمرا، ولكنهم وعن غير قصد استفزوه. إنه يظهر كالشبح ويهجم بقوة، وقفزته أكثر من استثنائية.
Who is the real king? This ultimate catfight has happened more times than you might expect. The Romans pitted African lions against Asian tigers in the Colosseum to the rip-roaring pleasure of the plebeians. A few fights were also staged in the early decades of the 20th century, and on several modern occasions, accidental cross-species encounters at zoos have quickly developed into gruesome scenes. Now, let's get back to our big question. In a head-to-head fight, who will win? The lion enjoys the title of undisputed king of the jungle. So the answer to who would win lion versus tiger is obvious. Lions are the kings, right? But I don't think so. No animal can lay greater claim to being king of any jungle than the tiger. Many tiger species' natural habitat is, in fact, a jungle. so it already has an unassailable lead over the lion in the race for jungle royalty supremacy. But before we can definitively conclude which of these carnivorous cats would be victorious in a fatal feline fight, we must cast an objective eye over their respective strengths and weaknesses. Keeping in mind that Siberian tigers are significantly bigger than their closest tiger relatives, this may be a fight that even the most fearless lion would not want. Instead, we nominate the brutish Bengal tiger as the ideal adversary for the lion. Larger than most, but a little closer to a lion's overall size, the Bengal will more than hold its own. It's big enough to brawl, but not so oversized that the bout is over before it begins. A Bengal tiger versus a lion could be the perfect combination to make sure that a massacre is avoided and the event goes past the first few rounds. Let's assume that the combatants in this make-believe battle are male. Naturally constructed to stalk and stride across all terrains for tens of miles at a time, the tiger could probably be fight-ready tomorrow. In complete contrast, the lion's short supply of stamina means it will have to do everything to make a tiger versus lion fight a quick knockout. The social nature of lions may ultimately be their biggest weakness in a brawl with a tiger. According to the Lion Research Center at the University of Minnesota, coalitions of 2 to 3 male lions usually fight as a group against territorial rivals, but tigers always go it alone. This difference affects the two cats' instincts. Considering what I said before, it's likely that a tiger would win. Tigers have a higher average bite force than lions. They are bigger, and they have larger brains than lions relative to their body size. Offhand mentions in the historical records imply that tigers usually came out on top in ancient Rome, and modern fights in captivity typically go that way too. But not every time. Lions and tigers each have their strengths, and the outcome of a given fight completely depends on the individuals, their history, fighting style, and physiology. Throughout history, it has happened several times that these two giant felines meet, accidentally or intentionally. In the circuses of ancient Rome, exotic beasts were commonly pitted against each other, including lions and tigers. A mosaic in the House of the Faun in Pompeii shows a fight between a lion and a tiger. There are different accounts of which of these animals gained the victory. Although lions and tigers can be kept together in harmony in captivity, fatal conflicts have also been recorded. Now let's look at some cases. Roman Emperor Titus had Bengal tigers compelled to fight African lions, and the tigers always beat the lions. Clark, 1838, said that a British officer who resided many years at Sierra Leone saw many fights between lions and tigers, and that the tiger universally won. A newspaper, Harper's Weekly in 1859, mentioning the same 10-minute fight in London where a tiger named Gunga, who previously belonged to the King of Oud, allegedly killed nearly 30 lions, and after its arrival in England, making keepers spectators to fight where a lion was killed in 10 minutes. An 1857 London newspaper talking about the same incident reported the lion was a very fine lion, 6 or 7 years old. One source stated the lion was in confinement, captivity, for 3 years, implying the lion would be 3 years old at a minimum. A newspaper talks about Gunga, whose name was also Nina Shahib, who before the fight took place with the lion in London had attacked its keeper, and the keeper with a crowbar severely injured the tiger, blinding him in one eye, meaning the tiger would have been blind fighting the lion. The two animals were found fighting each other, in which the keepers made fruitless efforts to part the two. Towards the end of the fight, the lion gained a brief advantage, by which point the tiger, while on his back, with swift strikes using his back legs, tore open the lion's stomach. The lion had died after that. The tiger, Nina Shahib, was thought to have been mortally injured. However, the tiger did recover and became one of the biggest attractions of the establishment. In 1882, a fight started in a menagerie, and the tiger fixed his fangs into the lion's throat with blood gushing out, killing the lion. According to the Gettysburg Compiler and the Baltimore Sun, 1899, towards the end of the 19th century in India, the Gaikwad of Baroda, that is Sayaj Rao III, arranged a fight in an amphitheatre between a Barbary lion called Atlas from the Atlas Mountains between Algeria and Morocco, and a man-eating Bengal tiger from the Indian region of Shimla, both large and hungry, with their diets reduced before the fight, before an audience of thousands. The tiger was more than 10 feet, 3 meters long, over 4 feet, 120 centimeters at the shoulder, had strong shoulders and long teeth and claws, and was agile. The lion looked taller at the head than the tiger, and had a large mane, legs and paws. In the fight, both cats sustained injuries, and although the tiger sometimes retreated from Atlas, it would come back to fight it, and in the end managed to scratch Atlas to death, though Atlas pushed it off in one final move before dying. At the Coney Island Animal Show in 1909, a performing lion attacked a chained tiger by leaping through the air, landing on the tiger's back. Though hampered by the heavy neck chain fastened to the iron bars of the arena, the tiger was more than a match for the lion and mangled it to death. In 1914, at New York's Bronx Zoo, the barrier between the cages of Raja, an 8-year-old Bengal tiger, and Huerte, a Nubian lion which was 2 or 3 years old and had been sick for some time, got opened in an unaccountable manner. For the first few minutes, the more agile Huerte appeared to be winning, but when it aimed for its injured opponent's neck, about an hour into the fight, Raja aimed for its nape. Not only did Raja manage to bite Huerte's nape, but it also broke Huerte's back, thus slaughtering it. In September 2010, a Bengal tiger at the Ankara Zoo passed through a gap between its cage and that of a lion, and killed it with a single paw swipe. The tiger severed the lion's jugular vein in a single stroke with its paw, leaving the animal dying in a pool of blood, officials said.